Hi friends, I am addressing you friends because you are all graduates and planning to appear for different competitive examinations. Therefore, I don't want to address you as students. Let me introduce myself first. I am SN Bhatt, a mathematics teacher having an experience of about 35 years. I have taught in secondary school, then I have taught in senior secondary, that is PU in Karnataka, then also degree students. And I have been associated with the coaching of students for this candidates for this type of competitive examination. I have taught quantitative aptitude and reasoning for UPSC examination, then Karnataka KPSC examination, then banking examinations and railway recruitment examinations, LIC examinations, etc. Various types of competitive examinations held in our country for job recruitment. Uh, One of my very favorite subject is quantitative aptitude and reasoning. Though I am a mathematics teacher at plus 2 level, training the students for JEE, IIT, then Karnataka City, etc. But this is very, it is very dear to me, this subject. Therefore, whenever I get an occasion, normally I take the classes for this type of examination also. I have recently started my own YouTube channel, SNB Maths Class. I have been regularly uploading the lessons of syllabus related to 10th standard and PU level, CBSE also. Then I started thinking I should also upload some lessons for competitive examination. Therefore, this is the first video I am uploading. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel because I will be regularly uploading all the lessons pertaining to your examination, so that definitely it will be helpful to you, and share with your friends so that it will be an encouragement for me also. And in addition to that, I'm also taking online classes for quantitative aptitude and reasoning for 1 month duration. It's a short term course, but I will be able to complete the entire syllabus within 1 month. If you are interested, you can contact me. In the video content part of this video, I have given email address and the contact number. So those who are interested, you can contact me. So this is the information. Now, coming to quantitative aptitude and reasoning, let me share a few things with you because this is the first video. See, normally my experience is whenever the students are applying for this type of recruitment selection procedure, many of them they have expressed other things. For example, if they are coming from humanities side or commerce, many students say, sir, quantitative aptitude is difficult and reasoning is difficult. Others we can manage. This is what they say. Even in coaching institute also, much demand is there for quantitative aptitude and reasoning. That is what I believe. That is my experience also. But one thing I would like to assure you, if you are not from mathematics background, don't worry. That is not going to be a handicap. What you have to do is, this is my suggestion and it has worked very well also. Uh, See, first what you have to do is, before attending this type of class, first you have to prepare a little bit. So what you do is, you take especially NCERT textbook of, for example, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, up to 10th only. Just revise. Now if you read, you will understand. When you, as a student, you might have not understood some of the difficult concepts in mathematics, but now because you are now matured enough now, if you read, you can understand yourself. For example, percentage, then ratio, proportion, some of the geometrical aspects, everything is very simple. So that you can try from your end so that your background becomes strong. So that is one suggestion. Second one is, whenever you are preparing for this type of examination, you have to practice. Don't read the question and leave. Don't read the solution and leave. No, you first try to understand the concept, theoretical aspect, then work out at least a few questions daily. Because in examination, what is important is time factor, especially in mathematics. Most, even at IIT level, my students, they say it is very difficult to complete that problem because of the quantitative simplification, because lot of numerical questions are there where lot of simplification is necessary, and sometimes students are very poor because they are always depending on calculator. But in our system, in any examination of this type, calculators are not allowed. Therefore, computation skill becomes very, very important. And I am also trying to upload some lessons how to improve your computation skill. There are many interesting, very simple skills. I am sharing those videos also, so that definitely it will help you. But this video, this type of video, I am directly taking the syllabus. For example, I will be taking percentage, then ratio proportion, distance and time, then work, then so many average. There are little bit of statistics also. Then geometry is there, a lot of things. So I'll be regularly uploading all these lessons. In addition to this, some of the lessons, some of the tips and tricks for improving your computation skills, those things are also I'm uploading. So this is for your information. Now let us start the lesson. Percentage. Percentage is not a new word to you. We know this, what do you mean by percentage, because even in day-to-day language, day-to-day experiences, we are using this. Say rate of interest, 5%, 10%, 25%, etc. So this is a thing. No, but mathematically we have to understand this today, because we are going to solve many questions. Today I have taken only 3 questions. I don't whether I will be able to do all the 3 today, because I have to first build the theoretical aspect. Then I will show you how to solve this question. So present, don't worry about it. At present, don't worry. See, this is the concept. Say, for example, 20% of, say, 500 means, actually, mathematically I am telling, this means 20 by 100. Of means multiplication. Suppose you write here of 20% of. So this into 500. This is the mathematical meaning of 20. Percent means 400 it is 20. For 500 how much? So there is a thing. Of course you can calculate this, simplify this, etc. So 100, this is the value. But this will not help us in solving the problem. Please remember, in mathematics what you have to do is, first you have to derive the formula, some very simple expression, so that it helps us to do the question in a simple way. So here what we can do is, this 20, see among this 20%, 500 and this value. So this is, let me write this, 20 by 100 into 500, this equal to 100. This is our equation. Now here what happens is, there are 3 values. One is 20, another one is 500, another one is 100. Any 2 can be unknown. So the interesting aspect of this equation is, I can write this like x by 100, where x is the percentage, into, let us say, q, quantity, this equal to p. So this we call equation. So the equation is this now. If you remember this idea, it is very simple. Suppose you know x and q, you can find this. That's what we have done. Suppose you know this and this, you can find this. Suppose you know this and this, you can also find this. And this is what they ask in almost all competitive exams. For example, what percent of 25 is something, or 5% of something is say 800. What is that value? All such questions are there if you see your question paper. So this is the idea. So what we have to understand is, in this equation there are 3 unknowns. Out of 3 unknowns, if 2 unknowns are given, we can find the third one. So this is as simple as that. So let me clarify this with some simple example in the beginning. Then I will also show you the shortcut, how to find it. So now let us say I will take some specific example only. Find 5% of first one. 5% of, find 5% of 125. 125. This equal to how much? So this is the question. Now you have to remember, of course this is very simple, I know, but our idea is this: x% of q equal to p. This was the initial equation we said. So what you have to do is, 5% of 125 equal to p. What is very important is, you have to identify this is our x in the equation, this is our q in the equation, p is asked. So this is unknown. Now we can find it. Remove this one, 125, then multiply. So this is, I think, 6.25. So 5 5s are 25, 2 5 2s are 10, 2 carries 1, 5 1 5 6. So this is the value p. Suppose the second question is, and remember I have taken all these questions from most of the question papers only. 2 is what percent of 50? 2 is what percent of 50? So this is the question. So here also what is given is, this is x. What percent, 2 is, sorry, this 2 is p actually. 2 is what percent of 50? So here what is given is, see, x is unknown. This we don't know. So x by 100 into quantity 50. So 50 equal to 2. This is the 2 is equal to what percent of 50? That's the idea. So therefore this you can definitely find, cancel these two, uh, it is 2, so 2 goes here, x equal to 4. Of course it's very simple. For 50 if it is 2, 400 how much? It is 4. But that is not my idea. Let us take very simple example first and then build the concept. So what we are interested is how you can use this one. That's the idea. Then next one is 9% of what? Say for example, 9% of what equal to 63. So that means here what is asked is r x percent, x is given, q we don't know, p is given. Therefore what you have to do is x by 100, sorry 9 by 100 into x, sorry q, this equal to 63. Therefore q will be equal to 63 into 100 divided by 9. So 9 sevens are, so it is 700. So this is the idea. Then the next, there is of course one more mathematical concept we have to understand. For example, a by b is given. Let us say a by somewhere, a by b is given. You want to express this in terms of percentage. How to do it? So simple thing is a by b into 100. You have to write that. That becomes a percentage. For example, 2.1. You want to convert into percent means you have to write 2.1 into 100. Because this after dividing we are getting this one. So it is 210. So this is the meaning of percentage. Now let us. What I am interested in taking now is, as a candidate when we are applying for this type of competitive examination, your success depends on how fast you can do the questions. That is very important. So before tackling this question, these are the exact questions I have taken from competitive examination from bank. So let me take for example a very simple illustration. Say the cost of TV is say 5,000 rupees. Let us say. Let me take once again simple numerical values so that calculation becomes easy. Say a shopkeeper allows you 20% discount. 20% discount. Now the question is how much you have to pay. What is the cost now? So cost will how much amount you have to pay. Very simple. So it is 20% of 5,000. This is the total discount. This you have to calculate. So simplify this one. So it is 1,000. Therefore now cost will be equal to definitely 5,000 minus 1,000. So it is 4,000. Very simple. But I am not interested in this. Anybody can calculate. Can you get this one directly? Because for competitive examination, direct is important. So what is the shortcut here? You have to do like this. For 100 rupees TV, 20% discount means how much you have to pay? 80 rupees. Therefore it is 80. So for 5,000 how much? And this method is always useful in solving the problems. So cancel these two. You get that. Now I will change this question because difficulty can be increased. Now during festival season you might have seen discount series, they say, in order to attract the customers, what they do is 20% plus 10% they say. And sometimes 10%, even another 10%. Now what we think, those who are very poor in mathematics, those who do not understand this, they think, oh, 20% plus 10% is 30% discount, they say. Actually it is not 30%, that is different. I will show you later. Say a shopkeeper says like this, first for 5,000 he allows 20% discount, then he allows 10% discount. How much you have to pay now? So once again as before, see first discount what happens is 20% of, we have done this one already, 5,000. So this is 1,000 discount. So the new cost will be equal to 5,000 minus 1,000, that is 4,000. And once again 10% discount, that means once again 10 by 100 into 4,000. So this will give you these two cancel, 400. So new cost will be equal to now 4,000 minus 400, 3,600. 3,600 is the new cost. So this is the after discount. So for the 5,000 rupees TV, you have to pay 3,000 discount. Now this is what exactly what we do, and this is how we have been doing in school also. The teacher says, so first you take 20%, then find the total discount, then the total cost minus discount is 4,000. Once again 10%. This is what we expect in school, because we want to know whether the students are able to do it properly. So that is different. But in competitive examination, if you want to do, this is not the correct way. What you have to do is, see, the shortcut is this. Remember, I should get 3,600. 3,600 I should get. So let me see. So what you have to do is, the first discount is like this. When the cost is 100, you are paying 80. And then when the cost is 100, in the second you are paying 90. Because 10% discount means 90. See, 10% discount means 90 rupees you have to pay. 20% discount means 80 rupees you have to pay. Into 5,000, you can check whether it is correct or not. This cancels, these two zeros cancel, this 20, 10, and this. So what is remaining is 80 into 9 into 5. So calculate it. So 72 into 5, 3,600. So this is a shortcut. Therefore, here afterwards, whenever you are having discount and other type of things, this will help you to get the answer directly. So what you have to understand is, whenever a shopkeeper gives you 5% discount, first you need not calculate the discount. What is the amount you have to pay? That is 95. So what you have to do is, for 100 rupees cost value, cost of an article, you are paying 95. For whatever value he is quoting for this one, what is the value? Suppose he is allowing a discount series, same thing you have to multiply many times, that's all. So this is the shortcut. Now let me take these questions one by one. Of course, subject to the time availability, I will complete these questions. First one, in an election, 5,000 voters cast their vote. Therefore, let me write first in the step-by-step procedure. Number of voters, this equal to 5,000. So this is the first thing. 5% are invalid. Invalid vote. Invalid, it is 5%. Therefore, total invalid votes will be equal to, as per our calculation, 5 by 100 into 5,000. So what you have to do, this cancels. So 250 votes are invalid. Therefore, valid votes will be equal to, total is 5,000 votes. Then minus invalid vote is 250. Therefore, I think it is, 4,750 votes are the valid votes. Out of that, 50% of the valid vote, one particular candidate gets, then how many votes did he get? Therefore, number of votes got by the candidate will be equal to 50% of this into 4750. Of course, these two zeros cancel, so you have to multiply. So 2,375 votes he is getting. So this is the step-by-step procedure of doing. But I am not interested in this, because if I do this way, probably I will not be able to complete the questions in the competitive examination. What is the shortcut now? See, what I have to do is, see, 5% votes are invalid means how many votes are valid? 95. Therefore, for 100, 95 votes are valid. For 5,000, how much? That I have to calculate. Once again, out of this, 50% means I have to just write how much he is getting, 50%. So this. Now you can check, this is exactly 2,005. See, these many steps you have to do, here one single step. In competitive examination, this matters. Because a candidate who is doing like this is wasting 10 to 15 minutes. The candidate who is doing this, within 1 minute he will do it. So this is the thing. So simplify, you will get the same thing. Now let me take the second question, that is very interesting. Say, 10% of the villages, let me first show you, because you should be convinced what is the worth of this shortcut method. Of course, first you have to practice also. 10% of the villagers died of cholera as a result of this. 25% of this question is exactly asked in bank, some previous question paper. 10% of the villagers died cholera as a result of which 25% of the villagers left the village. The population now reduced to 4050. What was the population before? That means in the beginning, before the spread of the cholera, what was the population? Now we can calculate like this actually. Let x be, because we don't know the initial population, we will take let x be the initial population. Let me show both methods. So that now 10% of the villagers died. Therefore, what I have to do is number of people died will be equal to x by 100 into 10, because 10%. So this is x by 10. Therefore, people who survived total is x. So x minus x by 10. So 9x by 10. These many people survived. Now, what happens is 25% of the villagers left the village. Who survived? 25%. Therefore, now number of people who left, I am doing all step by step. This will be equal to 25% of the left. That means this one. So 25% of 9x by 10. So these many people left. How many remaining now? Therefore remaining will be equal to x minus 25. I don't simplify first. Let me leave as it is only the values. 9x by 10. If you take the LCM etc., you get this one. See, 10 x you can take, so that it will be 75 by 100 into 9x divided by 10. So this is the calculation. Remaining, this is the remaining. And now the population now reduced to 4050. So remaining is this one, but this reduced to 4000. Therefore, what happens according to the question is 75 by 100 into 9x by 10. This equal to 4050. So what we have to do is x will be equal to cross multiply. This will be equal to 4050 into 100 into 10 divided by 75 into 9. Of course, now you should know the computation also here. See, 4 plus 5, 9. It is divisible by 9. So 9 ones are this one. So once again, 15 5s are 1530. So 5 ones are 5 6 are. Definitely it is 6000. So this much calculation you have to do. Now let me show you the shortcut. What is the shortcut? I will remove this one now. I will show you only the shortcut. Say this, remember our answer was 6000 and we took this much time. So answer should be 6000. What you have to do, shortcut is this. 10% of the villagers died of cholera means how many remaining? So 90% of the people remained. Then 20% of the villagers left the village means out of this 25 left. So how many remaining? 75%. And this equal to 450. Now simplify, you get 6000. Now imagine a candidate who is doing by the first method, he will take minimum 10 to 15 minutes. A candidate who knows this process within 1 or 2 minutes. But two things are necessary. One is how you can understand the shortcut. That is number one. Second one is computation skill. It is your individual capacity. I can't develop the computation skill any student. So those things you have to develop by practice only. Whenever you are seriously preparing for this type of examination, please note, avoid calculators and try to say memorize multiplication table up to 20, at least minimum 20. Then all the calculations, oral calculations, I will upload some videos where numerical skills can be developed by certain practice. There are some practice, say scientific method to develop the computation skill that we shall see in separate video. subject to the time. I think I can't complete totally. Let me just try. The third question is this: a salesman commissions is 5% up to 10% and 4% exceeding up to sorry, it is 1000 up to 1000. I made a mistake here. Up to 1000 rupees and 4% exceeding it. He remits rupees 30,000 to his company after deducting his commission. What is total? I think you can try this question yourself. Otherwise, in the next video, if I remember, I will definitely do. Otherwise, similar questions I will do, because time is almost over. So if I take up, it is not possible. Half I have to leave. Therefore, once again, I request you. If you like this video, similarly, I will be uploading the discussion of topics in all, say all topics related to your examination. Please subscribe and share with your friends. Hope you will like this video. I will be uploading the next video shortly. Let us meet in the next video. Till then, bye. Take care. Let us see in the next video.